So, this is Tracks Take 2. If you remember, or if you saw my other video, you'll remember that the other Tracks was a piece of junk. He couldn't stand at all. At least this one, well, he could stand a little tiny bit, but this one's standing okay so far. And I put his guns in, and I broke him out of the plastic, as you see. And if you remember, actually on the first transformation, his arm fell off, his legs would not clip together, and it was just a piece of junk. So we'll see what happens with this one. So here we have Tracks in his flying mode. I was able to actually transform him this time without him falling apart. Isn't that nice? I am a little scared about this piece here though. It seems to be all clear plastic, seems to be painted over, and every time you put the lid down, you've got to negotiate these mirrors on both sides. You got two pretty large tabs here, and you've got to, as far as I know, the only way to do it is to really squeeze down hard and get that to clip in. So when I transform him back, I hope that he'll stay together as far as no breakage. And I hope that in time, if I do keep him, I did return the other one, it was in pieces anyway, but in time I hope that this doesn't crack, because every time I snap these two pieces together, I hear a loud crack, kind of like this. Oh wait, you hear that? Wait. Well, what I wanted to demonstrate was the front end still doesn't clip together that well, which a lot of people have said happens to theirs as well. One or two lucky people, I think, out in the world have it where it's pretty tight and stable, but you can see if I hold it this way, there's a lot of give and a lot of pop. And in fact, before, it was actually making a cracking sound. It would go click, 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 and that sounded a lot like when you put the when you put the plastic top down on the Corvette mode. But anyway, pretty happy I got this far. Let's see what happens transforming him into the Corvette mode. Alright, so thank goodness I was able to get him into Corvette mode. Let me see here. One thing to say is the door panels that his arms transform into, they really clip in there tight. Haven't transformed him back into robot yet. This is the very first time. So, yeah, I just wanted to mention that, because even though this arm fell off of the last one I had, it was really hard to disconnect these panels where the arms are, the forearms are, from the Corvette mode. And I'm hoping for better luck this time, but they grab so tight when you transform him, I don't know what will happen. We'll have to find out. Let's put him on the turntable. Alright, here we are on the turntable for some final thoughts. So I like his Corvette mode as always. I say as always because I had the G1, and it was awesome. I don't remember if I still have it or not. I think my mom made me sell it for some reason, but I always loved Tracks as a character, and this one's no different. You'll see in the front, those fenders over there are still not clipping together well, as mentioned before. Yeah, it happens to a lot of folks, or it's happening to a lot of folks. Here, the back end, we do see it's unpainted. I wish there was some paint to that, but I love the chrome wheels, and I love I like the see-through plastic as well, and I love this winged Autobot symbol. So cool. So anyway, for the car mode, I'd say it's awesome. Really like it a lot. Always like Corvettes. Alright, here we are with flight mode. I gotta say, it looks really good. Once again, we have that nice Corvette front, except I've only transformed him, 1.5 times so far, and the side panels seem to be getting looser and looser. They don't even look as tight as they were originally, but I was able to fold out the arms without any of them flipping off. Just to take a closer look at that. The mechanism back here, you'll see those 2 mushroom pegs, I think they're called. And yeah, the first time I transformed the last one I had, they just flipped right off. And that was an unpleasant surprise. Let me put his arms back the way they should be, nice and straight. Okay. And but anyway, yeah, but it's very close to what was G1, of course. The what is it called? The dark cannon or the dark gun, the darkness gun should be in, should not have a place actually. And if I remember right, the panel that the 2 side guns are on was black and bigger in G1, so they actually were outside to the sides a little more and a little more usable, but understood that they can't do that now because of these tail wings there. Funny thing though, so I didn't have a problem with the arms flipping off, but it was so hard to get these arms, as I mentioned in the earlier part of the review, out of the whatever they're clipped onto inside here. So I had to pull out my trusty spudger, which I don't like to use. It's non-marring, as they say, so it's not supposed to scratch, but I don't like using them on my figures because I worry that a little too much force will be applied or something will happen that might cause breakage. But I had to do it because I couldn't get these arms out of the sides there when they were clipped on there. But so the nice thing is that we got them out into the sides, but then the tail fins flipped and came off. If you didn't know, they actually don't stick on in any way. There's one little plastic bar on the inside, and the tails just sit on them, and then when you spin them back and forth, they rotate around that piece of plastic. But there's nothing that holds them there, so both of mine flipped off right away. Didn't happen before, but it happened this time and just landed on the floor, and I was like, oh my gosh! And but luckily I was able to grab them, see how they were made, of course, and then stick them back in the way they should be. So in any case, I really like this mode. I like, come on, his tracks. I like his Corvette mode, and I like his flight mode. His bot mode we already seen a little of, and we'll see again, is a little bit wobbly and is not the best designed, but still looks like tracks. So let's see if we can finish the job and get all the way to the end. I don't know if anyone's had problems with this, but oh man, as I mentioned earlier, this panel and the legs, they clip together so tight. Even with my my trusty spudger, I haven't been able to get these 2 pieces disconnected yet. I'll try a little more, but so far I folded these down a little bit, trying to think that it might help. Let's go on. That is scary to transform and get this piece off. I'm one-handed right now, so I can only show you one side, but I folded down these side panels as far as they could go to get this space for myself to stick my fingers in there, and then I had to put both my fingers on both sides and go bloop, and man, it popped. It went pop, and then opened up. And man, that's scary. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but let me know if that scares you as much as it scares me. Here we are again. Got him in bot mode, and he stayed together, luckily, and his arms did not fall off, and he did not fall down. But you see the pose I got him in? I had to get him in this wobbly, off-center looking pose because his knees are too loose, his legs are too loose, his feet are okay, they're on ball joints, and look, there's a gap there. If you never saw it really close, there's totally nothing attaching them to the lower legs. But they were floppy on my original copy that I returned, and this one is a little more tight, which is good. So yeah, so far, so good. But as I mentioned, a couple scary moments there with transforming him. The pieces on him just, you know, where you want them to be tight in the fender, the front of the car, for looks is not tight. The parts that you want a little bit more loose, the arms, the top, because it's so integral to transformation, you want a little bit looser, easier to do, and they are tough, man. They are tough. Like I said, I got my spudger tool, and I try not to use it, but I had to a couple of times here, or at least had to try. And for the legs, like I said, it was kind of difficult. I made some space for my fingers finally, and then just popped it up, and worked out all right. Let's see. Let's get him next to some other folks for some scale. Let's move him over here. How about, let's see, yeah, we'll put him over this wire. And yeah, pardon that wire. It's for charging my phone. But anyway, yeah, you see tracks there. We have New Age, no, Magic Square, Motormaster there. We have Soundwave and Black Arachnia, Six Shot, Galvatron. Yeah, Galvatron's the one that everybody's looking at now, so let's put them next to each other, and you see there's a big size difference. Of course, Deluxe and Leader, you'd expect that. So yeah, and I'm pretty happy that Trax is standing pretty well right now. I know this was a little bit longer kind of a review, but after the other video, which I'll link at the bottom, where I was just so pissed off, one transformation and everything seemed to fall apart on him. This is better. This is better. I like to keep Transformers that I will transform. I'm still on the fence if I'm gonna keep this guy or not, or return him, and that's basically because I might be too scared to return him. I might be too scared to transform him, and that's just really sad for me to think that way. So, but in any case, he's a good looker. He is very true to the G1 self of Trax, and yeah, I'm happier after getting this one. Much happier than after the first one. Thanks guys, if you stayed with me, thanks for sticking around and listening to me complain a little bit. Thank you for, I hope that I've showed you a couple more close-ups and things that other people don't show you as far as details, like when I got stuck transforming him. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you like Trax, if you bought Trax, if you kept Trax, if you returned Trax, or if yours just fell apart like mine. I haven't had great luck with QA, so I might be continuing with Trax. Yeah, it looks good. He looks good. I'll leave it at that. Thanks for sticking around. This is NY Hunter 77, and I'm going to sign off now. If you like this video, please like it, and also subscribe. I look forward to talking to you guys out there about a great many more things. All right, have a great one.